this is seventh grade social, global studies is what the class is, and we look at contemporary issues as it's relating to various parts of the world. And this particular unit, we were looking at population growth, and one of the effects of population growth is this phenomenon that's been happening for a long time called urbanization. And basically it states that people move from the rural areas to the bigger cities. And so we were talking through that as a seventh grade class, and one of the days we talked about the challenges that small towns face. And so the kids made a list of challenges that small towns face, and we made it as close to home as possible. So we looked at, what challenges does Elkader face as a result of people moving away from rural areas to more urban areas. And the kids made up a great list, and we talked through those. And then the next thing that we did then was to look at the solutions that small towns could offer to try to help stem that tide a little bit, and to help small towns continue to flourish and grow. And it was in the midst of those solutions that one of the students suggested that that small towns make commercials and make advertisements, and they can do it through the internet, and they can do it through TV and radio and whatnot. And then they also said, why don't we do something like that? And so out of that, we just kind of rolled with it and decided to put together a series of videos, advertisements, so to speak, that would highlight some of the things that small town life has to offer. And we focused on Elkader in particular. And so the process was really good for the kids, because they started with the problem, and they were trying to develop a solution, and they felt really passionate about it because it was their hometown. It was their home school. And so the kids, they brainstormed, and they put together different areas that they wanted to focus. For example, they wanted to focus on, if we were going to try to sell our community, what do we want to look at? So the kids came up with some ideas, such as the school and the new remodeling that took place, the local businesses in town, those that have been here a while and those that have just started up. They looked at the different things that people can do in the area, that in terms of outdoor recreation or entertainment. And then they looked at what celebrations, what types of things does the community do to kind of bring the people here or bring the community together. And so over the course of a few weeks, the kids had to write a script based on whatever category they looked at. They put together a storyboard to kind of match up with what they wanted to see in the videos, and then they went out and they took shots, both still shots and video as well. And so through the process then, they got to really not only learn some technological things that was really good for them to use their iPads that they have in school every day, to see them as tools to kind of get a message out, which they did. They produced a video that communicated exactly what they sought to communicate, the benefits of Elkader and what Elkader is doing to be relevant here in Northeast Iowa. But then they also saw in the bigger picture, you saw even more pride and ownership in their small town. Whether or not they all end up staying in a small town is unlikely, but I think that through this project they were able to see the effects that urbanization has on even their local community, and through that process they were able to see and feel like they were part of a solution.